This is Infection, the survival podcast, recorded live on Tuesday, January 26th, 2016, episode 54. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infection, the survival podcast. Infection is your source for the latest information on survival video games. We bring you the latest news, changelogs, developments, strategies, and speculation each and every week. My name is Nick Craig. At Nicholas M. Craig is my Twitter. InfectionPodcast.com is the website. And also TheCrummyShow.com, gaming, geekiness, and more. Back. I thought he was going to leave me after 1 year, but he's back. Brian with an eye Aldridge. Hey, Brian.
Yeah, you're like one of those bad relationships you can't quite shake.
Yes, exactly. You're a toxic friend.
Toxic friend. Yeah, if you want to find me, of course, at Boise Computer on Twitter, but I'm never on that. But if you want to find me other places, go to biteoftech.com. On there, I actually put on a new post. You should be proud of me.
Oh my God. Hold on. I
new.
got to pull this up. Hold on. I got to stall here. This is unbelievable.
Let's see. So definitely check out biteoftech.com.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a very good post.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't read it yet, but it's a good topic.
So, but you can tell it's got an image and a couple, however many paragraphs. It's got to be good.
On there, you'll find quantity, all my links. Quality.
Yes. There's all links to find me in different places on the internet. Of course, our website, infectionpodcast.com, an excellent place to find our TeamSpeak information, to find our Steam group. That's a really good thing to join. And if you're going to join us, check out our ARC. We have our own server.
How's that going?
A decent number of people that don't even log into our TeamSpeak, which I like. Having people that are
really
stream people.
That's awesome. Nice.
And I've been running across random bases around the map, and I'm like, I don't know who this person is.
That's great. Nice. Yeah. So I've got a confession to make, Brian.
I think I know the answer.
I have not played a video game all week.
No.
I haven't played anything. I have not launched a single video game in a week. I just haven't played anything.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I'm just like screw Infection and the people that I just haven't played anything. But it's fine. Things will change.
You gotta have weeks like that sometimes, though. Like I go through phases.
I'm in like a
I want to
total,
play a lot, and then I hardly do.
I'm in like a total rut with gaming. I just have no interest. Like you don't want to force yourself, because then you force yourself to play something. And ARC is updating.
You're buffering. I see.
Yeah.
It's a small update, so it should be fine.
It's just you get in a rut, and you don't want to force yourself to play, because then you just don't have. I know that's the thing, Jay Delore. You call yourself a gamer. That's my problem. Like I just have no interest. You
got to be motivated by something. I mean, that's your personality.
It's not even. It's just like you force yourself to play, and then you don't have a good time, and then it ends poorly. But honestly, I haven't had a lot
school
of
though.
downtime.
Too now. I mean, you started school again.
True.
It's not high school for those that are asking.
Yeah, I'm a freshman in high school. So it's a big year. It's a big year for me. I'm a poser. PHVCK is insinuating. So yeah, it's true. I've never played a video game actually.
He just buys the posters.
Yeah, I buy the posters, wear the shirts, do the podcasts, but don't play the games. Now, okay, so what have you been playing this week? Have you played some ARC? I would assume. What else?
Yeah, I played ARC, and actually, this past weekend we played some How to Survive. We actually did a Let's Play.
I know,
and we live streamed. I didn't live stream, but some people in our clan live
I was
streamed
never
How to
notified.
Survive.
Nobody sent me a message prior to the thing, and I made plans for Friday night. Nobody let me know.
Oh, that's fine.
Nobody let me know.
Why didn't you? It was
just
just a watch type of thing, because they actually streamed it, because it's a two-player max.
Okay.
So they played together the two-player mode and just kind of showed people, and they actually got pretty far. They've gotten farther. They got farther in that point in time in the game than what I've been doing all week, which made me kind of feel bad.
Because I'm
stuck in this one spot on it where I can't find the part it wants me to get.
Yeah.
And so I'm just kind of running around.
I should say I wasn't out. I was at my girlfriend's house, and I had my laptop, and we're watching TV or playing something, and I see the little notification. It was like, Infection, how to survive that. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Nobody told me, and I made plans, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, it was just meant to be, something for people to watch.
Okay, gotcha.
And we hosted it.
I feel better about myself.
It was on Land Gun's channel. So
awesome. I feel a lot better then. I thought I missed out.
How to Survive 2 allows for a 4-person type of a co-op mode.
Is that also a dollar or
number
something?
one?
Is that also like $1.82 or something? However much
It
I
was
spent?
during the Christmas sale, and I kind of wish that I got it because it's more expensive now.
Yeah, it's like $14.
Yeah, and I really am enjoying the first one.
Are you playing by yourself or are you playing with other people?
I've been playing, single player mode.
Is
I
it
haven't
single
been doing- 'cause
player?
Then you have to kind of, if you go and keep playing when they're not there, it goes past their progression. I'm just playing a single player one.
Is it single player with AIs or just single player?
Yeah, so I guess I'll explain how this game works.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's more of when you're doing the 2-player, you guys are going against through kind of a story mode together. And so there's zombies and all these things that you're attacking, but you're going through a whole story progression, leveling up progression, getting gear. And so it's not really a you versus anyone else. It's you versus the game, even on 2-player. It doesn't put it into any kind of a different mode. It's like the regular game, but it's 2 people and they have to share the loot. It doesn't double the loot that you get.
Okay.
So
okay.
you kind of have to start sharing the loot and working together through the game to get through it. But it's definitely more. It's more in detailed of a game, and there's a lot more content than I expected, based on just seeing it on Steam. But it has very positive ratings. I remember when we gave it away, I mentioned it has very, very, very positive ratings, and it's a fun game. It's got a nice crafting system. It's just, I don't know. I wasn't expecting this when I started playing it.
I will have to play this then because
Now, do you have it?
Yeah, I do. I bought it.
You got it. Yeah.
I bought it during the show because it was like, honestly, it was like $1, like 80 something cents or 60 something cents. It was very, very inexpensive.
Yeah.
So, actually, it doesn't even show that you have it.
No,
this is How to Survive 2.
Case, it says no. The gameplay vids are kind of a bore, and that's true. Like the ones that you see, it's more of the storyline and how it kind of takes you through it, and how you have to go find things that they can't really get across, I think, in those short video clips.
Gotcha.
It's not really impressive as far as graphics. I mean, it's not bad, but that's not what makes the game.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely check it out, and we'll have to try playing. We could try the co-op sometime.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Then I could kind of step you through it a little bit from where I've been so far.
We could do that. I think I have some time. Are you going to be around like Friday night or something? We could do something then maybe.
I'll find out.
Okay. Now, Brian, we've got some problems going on. We've got red alert the media at Infection Podcast. We have a problem, Brian.
Okay, what is this?
This is Ark. We have a massive problem with Ark.
Okay.
They are slipping hardcore. There's been one update. They are totally pulling a Daybreak Game Company.
And they just did it today. Like, this is a last minute.
Since the 17th, which was last Sunday, which was 232.5, which is what you covered on last week's show. This is the only other patch, and it was released today. So I don't know what's going on, but hopefully this is not the trend of just a downhill spiral.
I don't think so, because they did put out another release date. So that's a good sign, because if you look at the this patch, one thing that I always like, okay, well, let's go through the patch, and then I'll talk about the. Do you want to go through this patch, or do you want me to
go ahead? I mean, you've been playing the game, so you feel kind of bad being like, let me tell you about all the changes that.
Let me tell you all these things that I haven't seen.
Exactly.
So they fixed players stuck under the map not being teleported back above the map, and I actually ran into this because I was on one of the dinosaurs, and then someone picked up my dinosaurs, carrying me around, and it was putting me below the map, and they dropped me. And so I was starting to sink, and I was like, oh no, because we're going to lose this dinosaur. So this is nice, because I was worried that we were going to slide underneath the map and the dinosaur was going to die. And then they fixed spoiler timers for berries in the beer barrels because they were not being increased. And this has been a problem because we still haven't been able to make beer in the game because the berries always seem to spoil before that happens. They fixed the beer brewing time to be 6 hours, was 12 hours, meant to be 6. So that's part of the problem too. and that's one reason why we haven't ever gotten them. They fixed beer barrel placement size. I think it was taking up more room than the barrel actually is. They fixed plant species X turrets on rafts targeting through walls. So a wall is supposed to block something from being targeted. So if they take a raft with a plant X turret on there and float up to your base, it was able to attack you through the walls, which is not supposed to happen. They fixed a case where the dung beetle resource production could erroneously stop. We were figuring it was maybe because the dung beetle was had too much weight on it. When you put the dung into the beetle, it will produce the oil and it'll produce the fertilizer. And we were always taking out a little bit because for some reason, as they were saying here, it would just stop producing the oil and the fertilizer. So this seems to be just an issue you can fill up to max weight. They fixed beer disappearing in barrels after a server restart. And then they increased the server performance by approximately 20%, which I appreciate. So
you personally appreciate it?
I mean, personally, I do, because then
yeah.
we can have more people. It takes less load off more of a load off my server. Definitely nice. So, and then they put in here a estimate of when the new patch is going to be coming out. So that's tomorrow. And they seem to slip a little bit. I mean, when they put an ETA on here, usually it's like a day to day and a half afterwards. Yeah. So we'll see if this actually comes out on the 27th. But they're going to be putting in the tribe alliances. So that'll be PvE and PvP. I think there are tribe alliances in some of the PvE modes already. But this will make it so that you can say, hey, this tribe, we don't have the ability to kill each other. Or, you can declare war on a tribe. You can have an alliance so that your players don't go around and accidentally kill some other tribe that you're not meaning to. They have a new dino that they'll be adding. And this is, I think it's the Gallimimus. Gallimimus. Is that correct?
Gallimimus?
Gallimimus is what it is.
Gallimimus, okay.
Okay, they have a
pronunciation. That's a good thing.
Yeah, so this is going to be to where it has a 3-seater passenger saddle. So this will be to where you'll have, I think, you and then 2 additional people can ride on this one with you. So that's going to be a new style. I mean, they've had mods and add-ons that you could do that would give you on the trike additional saddle seats, but they're going to be doing this. And this is going to be an herbivore. It's not really a damaging dinosaur. So they said it's pretty much a burden. It says they have the inability to harvest most resources, making them primarily a burden on the tribe because they'll eat your berries out of the trough. But they have good speed, ability to jump long distances. So they're good for scouting, exploring, and of course they'll be able to hold multiple people. So that'll be fun.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So that should be in this upcoming 27th patch. Mm-hmm. They're putting in that new weapon that they accidentally put in one of the Christmas patches, the electric prod stunner weapon, so you can run up to people and instantly knock them out. And hopefully they'll lessen. We tested this. That club they have, even when you're in full top armor, they have the ability to hit you 3 times on the head and you're out. So hopefully maybe they'll lessen the club's ability, and then this will be the new way to knock people out at higher levels.
Now, I've got an opinion on something. This clan, not the clan system, the what were they using? The tribe alliance system. I see this being a very big deal.
Yeah.
I personally think that this could do a lot of damage to this game, because for like the official ARC servers, all of the big groups on those servers are all going to form an alliance so that they don't kill each other, and it's literally now literally going to be impossible to do anything, because you're going to have like the 4 or maybe the 3 to 7 powerhouses of the server all glued together, and the second you piss off one of them and you attack one of their dinosaurs, you're going to have all of the other clans right up your butt, and you're just going to get obliterated no matter what you do.
See, and this for me is more of a benefit to the private servers.
Yeah,
where people can go find, because there's not much control over the other servers. I think this will maybe encourage some people to go out and find those servers that fit their game style. Like ours, we don't have any real alliances, but we don't have anybody that we're really against. Probably because we know most of the people on the server. But this would be a good opportunity for some people to go out and just go onto other servers where there's not those alliances.
Yeah.
You know, and I maybe some servers that don't encourage, like I don't encourage alliances.
I don't even think you should enable them, to be honest with you. I think it's a detriment. And Jay Delory saying you already have that without alliances. I get that, but with this, it's going to be official because you're going to see an attack.
I don't think they're going to make it so you don't have the ability to do damage. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, but you're like, I would imagine if, like, I'm in a tribe by myself and Brian and somebody else are in a tribe and they're all together and I attack one of Brian's dinosaurs, you know, person 3 is going to get a notification that says Nick is attacking Brian, and then all hell will break loose. I mean, that's with an alliance system. That's what I would assume, right? It would alert everybody else.
Yeah, probably will.
If it didn't, it wouldn't make any sense.
But that would make it more fun, though, don't you think?
No, I don't. On the
you don't think it'll make
on the massive
servers?
On the massive servers, no, I don't think it's going to be fun because all of the big groups are. Honestly, I can't wait till they wipe the official servers, and it's just like going to be
everybody starts out as
toxic wasteland. But I do not think this is going to be conducive to new players. Now, if you're established and you've already got a base and a bunch of cool dinosaurs, you're going to be fine. But if you're, if you're watching the show right now, or listening to the show right now, and you're interested in getting into Ark, I think this is a deterrent. Personally, I do. I just see this as a big issue for
because you're going to have to join one of these big tribes to get into the alliance. They're not going to be accepting the smaller. But that's, as Jay Delory was saying, that's how it is right now.
True.
I mean, on the big servers,
True.
Like they already are doing these alliances, and it's just turned into a big game of politics. This kind of takes out the espionage of it, of people saying, "Oh yeah, I'm your friend," and then stabbing you in the back.
Exactly. So, well, by the way, from the notes that I've read previously, the alliances will not be on the official servers, at least right away. They're the plan. I think the plan is to turn them on, but right away, I don't think they're going to be on the official servers. This is meant, I think, more for private servers and some special game modes with the alliances.
And this is where I don't plan on turning it on because I think how we have it right now is good to where, if someone comes in the server and starts killing some of our players,
good.
I think that,
No, I mean, it's good. It's good.
It's fun. We had one guy that was doing that, and I went and knocked him out, locked him in a cage, talked to him for a little bit, I didn't say don't do it. I just said, I heard you were killing, one of, some of our dinosaurs. He's like, oh yeah, sorry. I was like, oh yeah, it's cool.
I don't know.
I didn't say, but I made sure I didn't say don't do it again. Go ahead and try.
I find PvE to be unbelievably boring. And unfortunately, Ark very quickly can turn into PvE. Very, very quickly can turn into PvE. So that I feel like alliances pretty much makes it so it is PvE. Because if you attack somebody else that's in a bigger group, you might as well just demo all your stuff and log out.
I do like the unsaid rule of not killing each other's dinos, though.
That's the whole point. Exactly. It's an unsaid rule, and if somebody goes rogue and they kill all your stuff, it's like, all right, now we got a game. But with an alliance, it's like that never happens, and you're just constantly fighting off PvE.
But I don't think people. I think people should be totally fine with if they see another player and they want to shoot them, go for it.
Oh yeah, that's the best part. Is when seeing somebody be like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna kill him for hey, I saw him kind of lurking around my base. I'm gonna kill him. Sucks to be him. Yeah.
And we've got automatic weapon turrets on our base, in plants and everything else. I'm still waiting for someone to fly over. The only problem is it's too well lit. It's like someone can see it, and it's out in the open, so people haven't tried to fly over yet.
So that's going to be interesting. Now we got to remember, now that Ark is out on the Xbox, they've got to kind of do like a split. Well, not a split on time, but maybe it's like 2/3 PC and 1/3 Xbox. Maybe I can't imagine they have an Xbox only
being that it's on the Unreal Engine, a lot of things carry over, but they're going to be special fixes that they have to do on one versus the other.
But they're behind. So what they're doing on the PC is not what they're doing on the Xbox. They're two different builds. That's why the servers aren't cross-compatible. So I would, unless they have a special team just for Xbox, which seems very unlikely. then it's probably like a 2/3 to 1/3 time split, which is fine.
Yeah. Now, and one thing they're going to be adding is they're adding SWAT style assault armor tier. So this is going to be, because right now it's metal armor.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a medieval time style armor. So now they're going to do a SWAT style. They're adding greenhouse glass tile sets when plant growing benefits. So people that are really into making kibble and growing plants, this will be a nice thing because it'll give some sort of a boost to that. Improved save and load times, which I'm assuming helps the server as well. They're adding all current items. They're now going to be in the master items array. So this is pretty much the master list of items. There's items that are missing right now.
Oh, nice.
And they added a new special name tags and custom hat skins for the wildcard admin team, wildcard non-admin team, authorized external tester, and dev kit masters. So I guess they're trying to encourage people to join those type of groups.
Yeah, it could be like like a server admin for like the company, like a Twitch admin, where you go around and you do some policing. I guess I don't know what they moderate, but something like that.
Yeah. Now, one thing is, it says all of the PC functionality fixes and content through PC 231.9 is now in the Xbox version. So they've caught it up to that point so far.
Yeah. And then on the Xbox version, which it doesn't say when it's coming out, but it's under the same note as the January 27th, so it may or may not. But that's adding split screen multiplayer for both online and local play. So I guess it didn't have that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Now they are adding over 100 more official servers to the Xbox servers.
How many are there on the Xbox right now?
It's a good question.
There must be a crap ton of people playing it if they're adding 100 servers.
I've heard it's had a really good reception.
I mean, to add 100 more, not to start. I mean, what the official Arc on the PC has like 200 or 300 or 400 maybe. That's pretty bizarre. So 100 more servers. Yeah. Well, I guess they don't have a server problem with people not playing on them.
Yeah. I mean, so you got to think, when you think of the Arc numbers, like we see the PC ones when we talk about it.
I wonder if that's available.
Let's see.
I can do some research on that. Because I don't know if Xbox has an API like the Steam database that shows sales or that shows current players or something.
On the 4th, they had 1 million downloads. So I'm not sure where they're at now, but I mean, they had
1 million downloads in. And when did it didn't?
That was by January 4th,
which it launched in mid December, maybe.
Yeah,
something like that. Interesting. Well, that's good.
So they're definitely doing well, and this game generally seems to keep its players. So
awesome. All right, so that's Arc for the week. Not a whole lot with Arc, but when we didn't have a lot with Arc, H1Z1 kinda, sorta, not really.
Well, there's a lot of news with H1Z1.
No, there's not really any news, but there's just some stuff.
There was one thing and then a change. So I guess we can.
Yeah. So Brian, who is this new guy? We've got. I think I'm going to say, before you say anything, I think this may be a turning point for H1Z1. If anybody's not following H1Z1, keep this in mind. We could have a major turning point in H1Z1 right now.
Yes. So we were getting Chris Wynn, and he is the new. And now, I guess one thing I need to point out: this is not replacing anyone, but he is now the executive producer of H1Z1 Games. The issue is they didn't have an executive producer before, so it's not like all of a sudden, this is they're replacing somebody and it's going to change. They didn't. This is giving some direction to the game,
which is what we're lacking. That's what the biggest problem is at this point. Is there is no direction.
Yeah. And so this guy, Chris Wynn, he did work for BioWare,
which is the BioShock.
And so he was working on Mass Effect, and he was involved with that. So now he's going for Daybreak, and it'll be interesting to see if he can give some direction to just put the ship in the right direction.
Yeah.
Honestly, it seems like all of the developers are kind of just working on their own thing, and they're not really working together. And this will be interesting to see if he says, all right, let's all get on at least the same page.
Exactly. So with him coming on board, And his Twitter is at the the number one WYNN. So you can follow him there, or there'll be a link in our show notes. But this is very, very interesting what he tweeted out. And because there was a lot of speculation that this might have been gone. But he said, thanks everyone for the kind words. Everyone is asking about the PS4 version. News on that coming soon. So I guess it's not dead. I assumed it was dead.
I mean, I assume they would eventually do it, but
I thought, honestly, personally, I never thought it was ever coming out. It may have not been dead, but it was never going to be released or even talked about, because it really has not been talked about since like the launch. Nobody's even mentioned I can't imagine how that engine's gonna. I mean, PlanetSide 2 is on PS4, but Christ, I can't imagine how that's gonna work. That seems like it's a disaster.
So now
inbound.
here, let's see if this sounds familiar. So game producer made in Michigan. I make video games and love doing it. My tweets are personal. Don't assume they represent my employer. So that's on his description. I think I heard someone else that talked like that.
Got to drink some water here.
So, but yeah, that's Chris Wynn. So his tweet that he did, I think earlier today or yesterday, was, still getting settled into my new office, and I'm thrilled to announce that I am now the executive producer of H1Z1 Games. So this is specific, not for something just at Daybreak. This is specific for H1Z1.
Yes, and this is exciting news. I really hope he gets in there, Brian, and I'm going to be blunt with this. I hope he gets in there and he kicks some ass, and he says, all right, you guys need to get in line. Let's work on this game. We have not had an update, Brian, in it's probably been a month.
Yeah,
I don't think we've had an update in a month.
Very little news. Like
there was no news this week. This is pulled from.
Well, okay, there's one.
Well, yeah, but that's not news.
Okay, no, there's one that they put out that's news. So if you go to
this, I don't classify this as news. This is not news to me.
Well, they published it today, so
it's not news.
It's new.
It's news. New doesn't mean it's news. So what are we showing right here?
So this is the new toxic fog effect that they're working on. And so it's actually supposed to look more like fog. I guess this will be when you're in a BR. Once again, they're working on BRs. And so the smoke comes in. It actually looks like fog, not just a general green haze across everything.
Correct. So that's it.
So, but if you look, like it works a lot better with the lighting effects.
It looks like smog. It's green. It's like it's an actual. It's not just a green color like what we currently have. It's like a green line of pixels just coming at you.
Now, why does it say www.fraps.com along the top?
Because they're using a free copy of Fraps.
Exactly. Why are they using a free copy of Fraps for the company? Isn't that illegal? First of all,
no, I don't think it's illegal.
Aren't companies supposed to purchase? No, they can't use the.
No, it has to do with if you're using it officially to like.
I just don't understand why they wouldn't pay the.
No, this is probably
or whatever.
This is probably somebody working on it at home that just took.
I know, but they're posting it to the official H1Z1.
Brian, stop being such a hater.
I just.
So this is my problem. This is a work in progress, and work in progresses are great, but it's not news until it's in the game. It's not news. A work in progress is not news to me. So I stand by my prior statement. We have not had an update or news in this game. In the Screamer thing, not news. They're just saying, hey, this thing's going to be in the game at some point. Like, when are we, like, we've got all of these ideas. Like, when are those trip mine? When is all that stuff? Is that stuff all in game now? I know one of the things is, but are like all of those trip mines?
Well, I think they put
one of them,
or two of them,
but like
in there.
All like the all these fire effects that we keep seeing. We've seen new animals and every single one of these art things that they make with the December art wrap up. We see videos in all of these, these new animals. Got the Screamer now. Got this new thing. When is this stuff going to get into game?
I assume they're just putting into one big patch, which is a nightmare for.
No, it's one big patch is going to be a disaster.
Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare for bugs.
Like, let's add about 400 new things, and then let's just test and see. I mean, how can you find what the issue is when you add 400 things in a patch?
E-Man Forever, He does. He says they could use a phone to record it. They have used a cell phone to record the screen when they're working on stuff before.
Which is fine.
Do you remember those old ones where they were showing some of the animations?
But those were like
so
Vines.
They had a cell phone.
But those were Vines, and Vine is a phone-only thing.
I know. I think they have used phones to show work in progress before.
And somebody's posting. Hovercats is posting to some stuff about that Legion wrote on Reddit, and I didn't see this earlier. But I'll just kind of go through it quickly. So he says there's no ETA in the new map. We're not waiting specifically on the new map to implement in weather. So weather is, I guess, still broken, which it's been broken since day one. Taken out, put in, taken back out. And it goes on with that.
And so he's talking about are you going to have preset clothing options? He says yes, that they'll be doing that eventually.
Tempting people to build bases, which is a big issue. These like mega bases.
It says, are you attempting to prevent people from building bases on top of large, tall buildings in map zone 2? So
they're saying the new zone, the new map, because you could still build bases on top of buildings, like on top of gas stations.
Supposedly turn that off.
Exactly. So there's still bases on top of blacktop in places around the map, which makes no godly sense.
Which I thought they said they were stopping.
Which they did say they were stopping like 9 months ago.
Yeah, and someone asked about desync, and they're saying desync is not just one issue. We have people or folks working on server side things all the time. I would argue that it has gotten continually worse since launch.
And then another question is about roadmap. And his response is, I've started it plenty of times before this.
Stated it plenty,
stated it plenty of times before this, and I can't understand how people might miss things. We're focusing on short-term goals. The problem is there are no goals. Remember, and I have to keep reminding the audience, myself, and I need to remind you too, Brian, the transparency was their idea. Not brought on by me, not brought on by you, not brought on by everybody in chat, and not brought on by Reddit. They came out, guns a-blazing day one, and said, we are going to be transparent. We're going to tell you every update, every issue, every this, every that about this game. And now they've totally dropped the freaking ball, and it's their own fault. Because it wasn't just an assumed transparency. It was, we are going to be transparent. And there was even a comment on Reddit.
I think they view that as a Smedley thing, though.
But
in their minds, they're like, that was something Smedley said. He's no longer here. But they've never come out and said, all right, we're not going to be transparent.
But there's a difference between...
Or we're going to be more tight-lipped about something.
There's a difference between being transparent and not releasing jack squat, which is what we have. I mean, they're not releasing... He says short-term... He specifically says short-term goals. Could we see what a short-term goal is? No. I mean, I understand a roadmap is hard to meet because something happens and you get delayed. It pushes something back by 2 weeks. I get that, and I understand why roadmaps don't work. But you say short-term goals, and then you don't publish your goals, or we don't know what your goals are. And the principle of transparency was set up by Daybreak, not by the community. So they just need to either come out and say...
One thing,
go ahead.
One thing they're bringing up in chat is about like these 1 gigabyte patches. There will never be a one. The only time they have 1 gigabyte patches in H1Z1 is when they're changing a little thing on the map.
Yeah.
Because they have to re-export the map. Other than that, it's usually 28 megabyte patches.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been what we've been seeing lately, other than when they redid the map. They've just been small little updates to little things, not major content. So hopefully someday that'll change.
It's just it's upsetting that there's just no.
You know what else is upsetting?
What is upsetting, Brian?
So you sent me this picture.
Yeah, I sent you this picture.
So this
is from the YouTuber White Boy 7th Street.
Just rubbing it in once again.
I think I follow him on Twitter or Facebook or something like that. Daybreak sent him a nice look at we asked for a t-shirt. They sent him a nice engraved cherry oak box, a nice glass of some type of red wine.
Or a bottle,
a bottle of red wine, a cork
with a nice
corkscrew and a nice topper, like a stainless steel
topper. It's like a nice
topper.
chrome stainless steel topper.
Yeah, I'm a wine connoisseur.
Well, it'd be
but yeah, this is. I mean, look at that box. That's like a cherry oak. It's like there's like velvet in the bottom. It's like This is ridiculous.
All I wanted was a shirt or a beanie. That's all
I wanted I wanted like a cheap like Gildan America, like the cheap like the dollar store T-shirt brand. Like I just wanted that with like a screen printed H1Z1 logo. That's all I wanted. Instead, he gets a nice bottle of some red wine, some aged California red wine. Thanks, Daybreak.
So they do give out gifts once again.
I gotta see. I gotta go back. I want to view our chat. Like I want to see specifically what you said about that. You said yeah. You said yay, not for us.
Yeah.
Towley got one of those too. That's great. Good for them.
Yeah.
They played the game once.
This is from Daybreak. I mean, it doesn't say on it H1Z1.
They play. I mean, these guys play the game whenever the hell it's convenient. But whatever. Not like. I'm
sure one's already almost to your mailbox, Nick.
Yeah, well, I doubt they'd send it to me. I wouldn't want them to send it to me because I'd have no use for it. I'd rather have them send it to you. But that's that. I just thought that was funny. I really.
Now you sent me another link here, which was kind of depressing.
I tend to be the bearer of bad news. That's that's what I'm told. This was again on Facebook. I'm a Facebook expert.
So this is from H1Z1, and this is what they said is their first screenshot of H1Z1. And I saw this, and I'm like, Nick, I'd like to be playing that game.
This
Brian, looks better to me.
This is totally DayZ. Totally. Hold on, I'm gonna go to your camera shot for a second. I gotta pull up a DayZ screenshot. This is the railroad tracks going through the town. This is totally a DayZ. Like, this is exactly what this was. Let me see if I can.
But look at that building. Like, we don't have a building that looks like that. It actually looks somewhat run down.
Yeah.
The one on the right.
Hold on, give me a second here. I gotta get something pulled up here. I gotta find a picture because it's so. I saw one earlier. It's so eerie how close it is to.
Like Musty's coming. Game. Wow, that looks better. That's immediately what I thought. I was like, man, that game, day one, looks better. I mean, there's grass that's tall. Like, you can't see all the way across the map. There's a little bit of fog to keep you. I mean, I like the gun more. It's just, it's weird. Like, okay, first of all, when you play, if let's say it was post-apocalypse, because I'm all about the immersion and things being somewhat realistic.
Yeah.
Would every single gun that you run into be an AR, an AK? No. You would have random rifles that are old, hard to use. I mean, you run into all kinds of things. Why do we have just certain levels of equipment?
Yeah. So this is
throw in random guns that shoot really slow. I don't care.
Oh, I guess. So this is my comparison here. So this is the Daybreak H1Z1 picture. And you've got some like road or whatever on the side and all this other stuff. And this is like a DayZ picture. It's like eerily similar. Yeah. It's like the same style and everything. Power, like
but if you look,
are there any power poles in H1Z1? Like there's a few.
Yeah.
Like look at how little this is.
I mean, remember they have
lines.
The big, huge power lines?
Yeah, like the ones that go through the middle. Yeah, but those are like that's like power infrastructure. Like it's just so bizarre how. And here's the thing: the DayZ map was really good. Like it was a really good map. It's much. I bet people don't believe this. It's much smaller than the H1Z1 map, the current H1Z1
but
map.
It's just used much better.
Yeah.
And the same thing, I mean, that's the same thing. I keep bringing up Miscreated all the time, but the way they use the small space makes it towards you don't feel like you're running over the same place all the time. Like I could be running in circles, and because I'm going just a slightly different area, I don't see all the same stuff.
Exactly. There's like a church or something. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, they've got a church there. They've got just some rundown buildings. They got a road going along there, but I just think the feel and the look of it just to me feels better.
It definitely. I wonder what happened to this map.
I mean, that's probably all it is. Probably that square. I mean, it's this is their first test, but I wish they would have kept that. Look at that building on the right. It looks like it's burned out and run down. I'd rather have that sort of feel on the building.
Yeah. So that is
they're saying Daisy's map is bigger.
Um,
It is. Daisy has a very big map.
Yeah, but I saw a comparison at one point, and it showed 3 games. It showed Daisy.
I think they were saying the future H1Z1 map. I think
maybe that's what that was, because there was it was just like 3 colored squares, and it was like H1Z1 map, Daisy map, some other, I don't remember what the other survival game was. Map.
So if you look at actually the Daisy map is about 4 times as big.
Okay, then I wonder what chart I saw, because I
because they showed the H1Z1 map now, they showed the Daisy one, and then they showed the supposed new one they're doing. It was way bigger. Yeah.
My bad. That's my bad on that. Okay, yeah, because it was like 3 like colored boxes. Okay, but either way, eerily similar to the Daisy map.
Yeah,
like that. There's like,
I mean, personally, I would like that more. I like the feeling.
Yeah, the Daisy map was great because like the towns were built along the roads, and it was like everything was just like look at this, even this H1Z1 map. There's a road that makes it either makes a T or it's an L. You can't see how far in the distance. Actually, no, it looks like it's a T. So there's a road running one way, and then another road tees up to it. This is literally this is a great idea. Like there's like 5 or 6 buildings along just this road in the middle of nowhere, and that's it. And then it
seems like with Daisy, they took kind of what you would see with an overhead map. Like they actually put, okay, here's kind of farmland, and they mapped it all out in that way. The problem I see with H1Z1's map is they put it in just some random map generator. They didn't base it off of real terrain. Like if you looked at a satellite map and saw it from the top, that is not what a real thing looks like. If you look at the Daisy map, that's what the land would actually look like.
Yeah.
Like you see the farms and you see the roads and you see just the way that the terrain goes. That makes sense. And they show with the H1Z1 map water runoff, from the mountains, but that's just something that it's generated with math.
Now, this is a Reddit post, and I just found this when I was looking up some H1Z1 stuff. So, I mean, it's just somebody's opinion, but this is the entire podcast. But this guy's doing a map detail comparison between H1Z1 and Daisy, and this is still true. So for Daisy, he says distinct tree line, which you can see. There's totally a distinct tree line up in the distance. Lots of hiding places. Enemies could be anywhere. That's true. There's bushes and stuff. That's what made Daisy so scary. And it wasn't a horror game, but it was a scary game because there was a threat of any time somebody could be sitting in any bush or any house or behind any car anywhere on the map. There was always that threat. You were never safe. Then limited visibility, high ground is valuable. And then you look at H1Z1. No distinct tree line, not many hiding places, clear visibility. Yeah. I mean, you look at an H1Z1, you can see all the way to the top of that mountain. In this Daisy thing, there's just houses. Somebody could be peeking out of one of those windows and just light you up while you're walking towards a house. And that happened to me all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly you would get lit up from anywhere because there was no cover. And there was plenty of cover, but other people would use the cover to their advantage.
And I think they're 50% of it for me, or half of it, I think, is the engine just being not rendering things in a way that covers this stuff up. I mean, there's too many black blobs that are in the distance that's still a problem. They just don't have a way to have something fade in nicely like they can with other games, to where someone comes out of the distance, they have the ability to sneak up on you, and it's not going to be like, oh, I see pixels moving over there.
Yeah, and the thing with H1Z1 is the map for the most part is pretty flat. Yeah. Like there's they add some like foo hills all over, like hills in the roads, but like for the most part it's pretty much flat. You've got like a mountain here, a mountain there, and the rest of it's for the most part flat. Daisy's not like that at all. It's hills and valleys the entire map. So really I really hope the D or the Z, what is it, Z2 Zone 2 map,
Zone 2,
can really pick their game up, because I mean this is the Daisy map. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see like how this looks like a Google Maps view of a Russian.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was based in
Russia.
It looks like a Google Map view.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing is it looks realistic. Like it looks like they actually took an overhead satellite view.
Yep.
And that's what it is.
So that's my little rant. But I would love to see this H1Z1 rather than the joke of a map that we have right now. Even in this one, look at the distinct mountain line in the distance. You can't see the mountain in the distance. Can you? I mean, can you even make out that there's a mountain there? It's so faint. That's exactly what you need in a survival game.
I just don't understand why they didn't keep that.
I mean, even Brian. I mean, I'm sure you're watching my screen share, so I don't know how great it is. But even over on the right hand side, that hill is like murky. It's not clear. If there was somebody peeking up above that mountain over on the right hand side, that hill on the right hand side, you would not be able to see them.
Yeah.
It is just too foggy, and it's just not clear. So that's really what they need to get back to.
So
this
actually,
works.
This is going to depress me, but I've got some screenshots that I want you to go through.
Of H1Z1?
I wasn't planning on. No, let me. I'm going to put them in our document, and then I'll put them at the bottom here. So, actually, let me clean them up.
Oh my. Oh boy, I saw the link, Brian. You're gonna really upset yourself with this one.
So these are screenshots from inside of. I keep saying, just the way that Miscreated looks. Okay. Inside the game is so much better. Let's just kind of
hold on, let me close out some tabs. Let's walk through this together. So let's open up the same.
So let's go through the first one.
Okay, here we go.
So we hear in H1Z1 about prefab houses.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, we're copying pasting house. This is a prefab house in Miscreated.
Okay.
Look at the age on it.
Yeah.
Look at the trash. Look at the growth. Like, if you take that house, compare it to an H1Z1 house, I mean, there's no comparison as far as the feeling that you get when you're going up to it.
But it's more than that, Brian. This is the thing, and this is why I think the DayZ map. I know I can't let DayZ go to Brest. It was a really good game. I enjoyed it. The reason that the H1Z1 map is too clean. That's like the issue. Like, there is no variation. Like, every house is like nice on the front, a nice doorway with a pitched roof. There's like no variation. So when there's something out of place, you instantly notice it. But when there's just crap laying everywhere, you don't pick up on the variations. Or you're less likely to pick up on variations because there's so many things in the world to look at.
Yeah. And so here's actually, let me post this one right afterwards. Here's one that's actually what H1Z1 touted as being their new house, but this,
okay, let me see this.
This isn't in game. It doesn't look like this. Like,
this is H1Z1's cabin. This is the cabin. This is the cabin on Ruby Lake.
Yeah,
and it's empty. There's nothing used, but there's nothing on the inside of it. It's empty. There's like a stairwell. I don't even think things spawn in there.
There's not anything even inside of it. Like, this is this is their most unique one that they could come up with in H1Z1.
And it's empty.
And there's not even a single thing in it.
Nope, completely empty. And it's like you can see the roof is like, and this is cool because like half of it's like undone. So you're like, oh, were they building this? This is what I've learned from Brian. Were they building that house like when this whole thing when this whole thing stopped?
Was this partially made? And is it why is it aged so much? You see that there's concrete down there. Is there a basement on this? Can I go down there? Is there something secret in there?
This house is interesting because it is like inside. There's like big chunks missing. Like somebody was literally building it, and then like, sorry, you gotta go.
That's like a huge piece of story that they've totally just. This is like their big. Hey, we did something unique. Well, but it's totally pointless in the game. Yeah,
it's useless. You don't even go to it. You just look at it.
Yeah,
you don't even look
at it. There's nothing in there. I might as well not go inside.
It's true.
Okay, so now for the next one in Miscreated.
Okay.
I mean, you look, here's just another building.
Yep.
It's like
it's like a utility building.
Yeah, but you see the growth. Like, it looks realistic. They've got trash. And that's just one. I mean, that's not one of their big things you'd be like, oh wow, look at that. But it adds to the look of the game. Now look at this next one. This is one of my favorite. Okay. Look at these houses.
Yeah.
Each of them are unique like this. You see how like that one has someone painted on it, and they tried to barricade it along the top of the roof, to maybe shoot at people. But I have weapons, stay away. You see how one they put tarp over it and it looks aged.
Yeah.
Just to me, that's beautiful.
But like that's the thing. It's dirty, and because it's like dirty and all beaten up. If there was somebody, let me pull this picture back up. I don't know if my mouse is on screen, but you see those on the house on the right hand side where the ladder is on the ground. Yeah. Somebody could be crouched over there, and you probably wouldn't notice it because there's so many other things that your eyes are pulled towards. There's like couches flipped over on the left hand side. There's trash in the middle. There's a big blue tarp. See, they used contrast right in this. That your eye is instantly drawn to the blue tarp on that middle house because it's a total contrast difference from the rest of the map. So if somebody is hiding somewhere around there, you're not going to see them because the
engine uses shadows correctly. Like if you're inside that house or if you walk into that house, like you can't see immediately. Like it has that feeling of you have the ability to hide, and it might work to your advantage.
Yeah.
But that for me, that look and that feel is 10 times better than anything in H1. In the trees, like you can't see what's behind that house. You'd have to run around and look.
Yeah.
And the next one, this is just like inside of a building.
Uh-huh.
Like a bedroom.
I love how the hat
you can see
is just sitting.
Yeah, there's a random hat you can go pick up.
That's great.
There's a baseball bat on the ground you can pick up. But there's age to the wallpaper. Like everything is aged. It's dirty. It's aged.
It's grungy. It's a grunge look.
Yeah. If you look at this next one, it's just everything's kind of overgrown. The yards aren't all perfectly mowed like an H1Z1. Yeah, you could lay down on the ground if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you could totally hide in that grass.
And it's just you can see like that area has age to it.
Yeah. It's unique.
Yeah, and then the next one you can see floorboards are missing, like part of the walls, or you can see that there has been at least 5-10 years.
Now, Brian, I'm noticing. Look at the glass is broken on that cabinet. There must have been something good in there. See, you're really changing me.
See, someone walked into there and after the outbreak happened and all these houses were abandoned, people were looting.
Yeah.
I mean, that tells a story. I mean, I'm glad you caught that, but that's the type of thing that the H1Z1 totally ignores and forgets about. That, okay, what happened in this house? Okay, someone came and looted it. They can even see, where did the person break in?
I got an idea, Brian. I'm going on a total side note. They need to hire like a movie director to come in, or a show writer, and do like a storyboard, like he was writing a movie.
That's how they're supposed to do games.
Yeah.
And say, let's make a story. What they do in other games is each person they break it all out into a bunch of different groups, and that person is supposed to make their little section. It has to follow some sort of a unique, systematic feel, but it has to, you tell the story for this area, not just a general like, okay, I'm in charge of putting houses all over the map. Plot, 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 plot.
Yeah, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's when you see them developing it and they show it. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're going, okay, I feel like putting a house here. Well, why are you putting a house there?
Because it's
to give me one good reason other than you felt like clicking your mouse there. How does that play into the whole story?
There is no story, and I think that's why I made
the problem. There has to be a artistic direction in the game. That Miscreated has it.
They've got a lot of
look at every single one of these.
I mean, yeah, and there's one more here that we'll cover this last.
And it's just another one inside the house, but it has the age, and it's a unique feel.
Yeah. Now, because here's the thing, they've got really good art people. Sebastian is a really good artist. And I know the stuff he posts on Twitter sometimes is coming from other people. They've got a good art team. Because you see some of this stuff before they render it in the game, and it looks like trash when it goes into the game. But they've got a good art team. So real quickly here, Judd, who's in our chat room, he is actually developing a survival game. It's called Survive With Us. And he just posted.
And I think it's survivewithus.
Yeah,
so,
something like that. We'll throw the link in the show notes.
We'll
so he's just showing off his his apartment complex that he's building in the game right now. That's obviously not the model. It's just a default model. But like even the elevation, like look at those little dips and nooks and crannies inside around the hospital.
The grass, like you could lay down in the grass and not see somebody.
Yeah,
on the
like
side.
this hill right over here. Like you could totally be perched up on the top of this hill that he's jumping up on and like sniping people out of the windows in the apartments. Like that's totally something you can do. And I'm going to skip forward a little bit till he goes inside. But this is like this is what they need. Because there's so many because there's graffiti on the wall and there's
but look at there's rocks that you could hide behind.
Yeah, because there's so many things to look at, your eyes are not drawn to little things. And because your eyes are not drawn to little things, people can hide in plain daylight. And honestly, I mean, here we go, DayZ again. It was better to just kind of hide from people. Have you ever hid from somebody in the same town? No, you just get the hell out because there is no hiding.
Or you're like, oh, there's somebody on the other side of town. I can see them. All right, either I'm going to run towards them or I'm running away.
In DayZ, you would be in a town looting buildings and people would get out of cars and you would just sit in the building you were in and just hope that they would not come in.
Yeah.
So that you didn't have to either die or try to kill them and have their friends come and kill you. Yeah. Brian, you and I and like 4 other people could all be in a town at the same time and all be hiding from each other and not even know that we're there.
Yeah.
That does not happen in H1Z1. Somebody said it earlier. The Quake. He said the houses in H1... This is interesting. I haven't thought of this. He says houses in H1Z1 are way too small in comparison to your player model. I agree with that. The player is too big. We saw the player was even so big that when they made the player a little bit taller, couldn't get into the house or couldn't get up the stairs. Yeah. The houses are too small for the comparison. That's it. If the player model was like 3/4 the size, guarantee it'd be a much different game. The player models are too big in proportion. I like that idea, and I haven't thought about that. I appreciate that comment. That's really, really, really good.
Yep.
So, Brian, we missed it earlier, but do you have a game to give away?
Oh, yes. I actually have them here ready to go.
So we're doing like 2 smaller games and then 1 big game or something?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready?
And I have them all pre-done. Let me get I'm going to get the Steam link. So
this is a segment where Brian just gives away his library, his collection of games. So this is what are we calling it?
Game Dump.
Brian Aldridge's
Game Dump
2016 Palooza. Here we go.
Yes,
right,
thank
Brian.
you. That's a very...
So what is this game? What is
nice.
this first game that we're giving away?
So this is Abyss Odyssey, and it's actually a $15 game. So I mean, this isn't a cheap game.
Is this your big one?
No.
You literally just told me you're doing 2 small games and then a big game.
This to me is small. All right.
This is $15. I thought.
Yeah,
Brian, you don't.
It's a mixed. It's a mixed user review. So I'm going based on. But this is a nice game.
I didn't say. Okay, it's fine.
But here, okay. So if you want to be involved in this one, go ahead and type Abyss in chat. I'm typing it there. So you
ABYSS. Yes.
Yes. So ABYSS, and because Odyssey, I think for some people would be even harder to spell than Abyss.
I would have just said game.
Yeah, I mean, we could do something really simple like that. But this is going to be, it looks like a fun game.
Oh, this is an Altus game.
It has a lot to it. Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
So it's got co-op mode, local co-op mode. It saves your things to the cloud.
It's a side scroller.
Cloud. Yep, it has full controller support. You can get Steam game cards from it. But yeah, I mean, I've got this. I've never played it, but when I was looking at giving this away, I was like, oh, that looks like it would be a fun game.
Yeah, it's a side scroller. That's cool.
Yep. Oh, I just bumped my mic.
Yeah, I heard that. Hello.
Right? So yeah, Abyss. It's an action platformer indie adventure roguelike.
Wow, it's a mouthful of words.
Yeah, so that is the style of this.
Yeah.
So Hovercat says for him it's $4.50.
It's not that's the sound pack.
Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, this is DLC if you want the soundtrack.
Perfect.
So.
You can burn it to your iPod. Your iPod Nano.
Hey, maybe it has some really good music.
I don't know. Yeah, it could possibly have some really good music.
So I mean, assuming they're charging you $5 for the music, it's gonna have some decent music.
It's debatable. I've listened to a lot of music that is not worth $5. Not worth it. So
okay, so this is Abyss. Yep. So I mean, last chance. We've got 9 people that are rolling for it right now.
It's an Altis game.
And
so
Ferraria is.
Oh,
Ferraria is on this. So
thank the Lord.
Now there's partial nudity in the game, so I'm sorry, Ferrari, if you want to undo that. All right, so let's go ahead and.
Can you take yourself out of the drawing?
I'm not going to remove it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and roll now. And Ferrari won. I swear it wasn't rigged.
You can re-roll if you'd like. That's fine. I don't ever plan on playing.
Do you not want that game?
No, unless she wants it. You can re-roll.
You ask her if she wants it for herself.
That's fine. You can re-roll because this is totally. Brian, you know my gameplay style.
Yes, I know you would never.
Totally not my gameplay style. So.
Okay.
Or I can or if you just want to, just give me the code and I'll give it away to somebody else in the group or whatever. That works too. Whatever you want to do.
No, we can re-roll.
Then go ahead and re-roll.
Yeah. Okay, so.
If she wins again, though, it's mine.
So Cyber Dragon EX. No, it takes her out of the rolling.
Cyber Dragon. Sorry, Felicia, but I mean, I wasn't going to play this. I knew you weren't, so.
Okay.
Cyber Dragon.
So, all right. So I'm sending him the.
Awesome.
I've gone back to doing the gift one because it doesn't always take them out of my list. And I want to make sure I don't give away a game twice if they didn't end up claiming it.
Gotcha.
I'm doing the Steam gift code again. So make sure you check inside of your trash or not your trash, your spam, whatever it is that they do. Other. So Cyber Dragon, you should be seeing that.
Everybody says I'm not a good person. There you go.
I don't know how every time we say something about it, like she wins. Yeah. Like we're like, oh.
Eventually, it'll be something I really.
Yeah, didn't even get drums that time, Nick. What are you?
I'm It's fine. Slacking off. It's fine. All right.
Okay. So that was the first roll. We got 2 more games that we'll be doing here a little bit later.
Okay. Actually, soon because we missed the first one, so we're gonna have to.
And Cyber Dragon saying you could send it directly through Steam, but then I'd have to
add you on Steam.
The right Steam account. Well, I do have them, but this is just easier overall.
Yeah. All right.
Then I can go right straight through it.
You know, I was gonna change the intro up a little bit because let me quote from our intro. This is Infection, the survival podcast, and this next thing is not survival, and it's really not even close to survival. It's a Tom Clancy game. So if you ever played a Tom Clancy game like Rainbow Six, which is an unbelievable series, or if you've read any of the books, just not thousands, but you know, every system there's this Tom Clancy game for. Like back on the N64, there's Tom Clancy games. What was the new one that just recently came out? Not the heist one. The name is totally escaping me. It's like the new Tom Clancy game.
Well, Google is good for many things.
Yeah, I don't remember though what it's called. This is really unfortunate. I look like a total moron. I don't remember. It's whatever the one that just recently came out where Rainbow Six Siege. That's the one. Where you're like a SWAT team on the outside, and then there's people holding somebody hostage on the inside, and you have to kind of go back and forth with that. And that came out not that long ago. That came out December 1st, 2015. So that's been out, less than 2 months now. But we've got another one. And why are you interested in this game? This is Tom Clancy's The Division, and it comes out. So
this is going to be an RPG.
Yep.
It has some sort of a virus or something. It's got a leveling up system. It's got a crafting system. Like it is so close. And I've been trying to watch the gameplay and really see exactly how it works. They're going to be starting this beta to where people can start streaming, or I would assume they can stream it
on Friday.
On Friday. So I'm going to be watching that, but I've been very tempted to get it because it is a co-op style play, but you have the ability to where if when you're grouped up with somebody, you can kill them for their loot, and you actually maintain your loot. So it does have a survival aspect to it.
Gotcha.
So this is more like survival than anything they've done before.
Now, is it a campaign, or can you keep playing through it?
You keep playing. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out from their gameplay. There's a big map, and you can go to different sections of the map with people.
See, my problem with this, and I say it's a problem, if it's a campaign.
Yeah, Judd's saying it's open world.
It's open world, so there's not really a campaign. It's like a Far Cry game.
They do seem to have quests, like
okay.
You're going into a section and you can scan buildings and go and look for loot.
But it's not like a Call of Duty campaign where it's like do X, Y, and Z,
no,
and then go
it's
to.
It's not like that. Like you're walking around. If you look at this video that they're doing, they're kind of going around and just looking for other people. You can run across people on the map and decide whether or not you want to work with them or kill them. And there are like AI type of things, I think, in there. Like these ones that they walked up on, I think are AI. Now they've come across these people, like what's streaming right now.
Oh, non-hostile people, yeah.
These are actual people in the game, and they're looking at them like, should we kill them? Should we not kill them? So it's definitely, it's got that survival feel to it. Like you actually get better gear. You have a character type. So it very possibly could be a survival game.
Yeah.
They said RPG, but I've not really seen anywhere where they have the list of tags of here's what this kind of game is, other than RPG.
Yeah, so this comes out
seamless multiplayer.
So this comes out March 8th, and that's a Tuesday. So we'll be live on that day. Now, are you gonna purchase this?
I have this gift card that I'm very tempted. I'm trying to decide.
I've got
right now.
I've got like $300 Amazon credit, and I'm tempted to.
Yeah, it'd be really. I mean, that's the thing, is it'd be fun with a group. We know that Landgun's going to be doing it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Nisco is going to be playing it.
Well, the good thing is, I was notified because the beta comes out Friday, and if you pre-order the game, you get the beta. But I was told that I don't think this is some type of secret, but G2A.com, we need to get an affiliate with them because people buy games all the time. You can buy beta keys for like less than $2.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll look into that.
Well, you could pre-order it on Amazon. If you don't like it, because they'll give you a code. If you don't like it, cancel your order before it's released, because they don't charge you.
I guess.
Until
I kind of feel like a scumbag doing that, though.
But if you find that this game isn't what I expected, or the beta is really bad, then say it's not what I expected. I'm canceling my order.
Yeah.
It's not a scumbag thing. Like, you're actually testing it out. That's the whole point of a beta.
True. So I'll either buy the G2A key for I think I actually have G2A credit, so I may just do that. And then after I see
now, one thing it says, there is a penalty for killing on site in this game. Nisco's bringing it up. Some other people are talking about it, but it says if you die while killing on site, you lose a lot of XP and you get marked as a traitor, like a rogue agent. So, like they actually discourage killing on site. But
I feel like a lot of the game is just you versus AI.
No, I mean there's other players in there that you can fight against.
But is it all other players? Is it like real people, or is it all AI?
Yeah, there's real player and there's AI.
But what if you're not? See, this is what I need to wait for the beta for, because I haven't done enough research on this. Like, if I'm playing alone, is there automatically other people in my game, or is there like a single player and a multiplayer, or is the whole thing multiplayer?
That's what I'm not sure. That's what I've been looking and watching the videos, and I'm sure some people have gotten a little bit deeper than I have, but I wasn't. It says it will have a single player if you want. For everyone else, it is not an MMO. It's a persistent, open world, tactical, cover-based online RPG shooter with 4-man teams with one extra player connecting with a tablet to pilot a drone. So you can have a fifth person that can use their tablet and
that. By the way, that thing is awful. I did that on Watch Dogs, which is another Ubisoft game, and it's terrible.
Well, we'll see how they do it in this one. And think of it like Guild Wars, one, but a shooter. And there's going to be hubs where you'll see other people. So people that have the information in chat. So Nisco's saying there's a PvE zone and a PvP zone. PHVCK is saying it's single player until you go into the PvP zone.
Hover Cats is saying until you go into the Dark Zone, which is PvP. So I don't know. I feel like I feel like I got to play this first because
that's why I'm saying that this would be a good idea to do the pre-order, try the beta, see if it doesn't work, just cancel your order. Because that's one thing I've been kind of on the fence about is like, I
feel like this is a game you play like a few times once everybody else like, what happens if you don't have 3 other people to play with? Like, you just kind of SOL?
No, you can still go out and hunt people down. Like, they showed the group that came up to them had 2 people in it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like, you can play in different size groups, but max of 4.
Look at what you get when you pre-order. Oh, wait. This game's available on Steam?
I thought it was only on...
So did I, but I'm getting a Steam link. Well, that changes that. Looks like I'll be buying this on Steam. Yeah,
because I was worried about it being on Uplay only.
Yeah, well, I installed Uplay just so I could get this game.
So that's the only thing is, I'm wondering if they're going to give you a code for Steam if you buy it on Amazon.
I'll contact their support this week and I'll get some. Here we go.
Yeah, find out because I don't want to buy it on Amazon.
No. Here we go. Requires third-party account Uplay. Supports linking to Steam account. So I think you still play it through Uplay.
Yeah.
Requires agreement to the third-party EULA. Tom Clancy, The Division, EULA, Uplay. So I think you still need Uplay for it. It's on Steam, but you still need Uplay to play it. So it's a Uplay game.
And then they've got the season pass, which
I'd rather buy it. So I'd rather buy it on Amazon.
Yeah,
because all Steam's gonna do is just like, you can add. By the way, I don't know if people know this. You can add any game on your computer to Steam. You can add Minecraft.exe to Steam, and then you launch it.
And it'll tell you tell people when you're playing it.
You could add Chrome as a game on Steam, and every time you have Chrome open, it'll say
Brian's playing Chrome.
Exactly, Brian is playing Chrome. Infected Nick is playing Chrome.
This is exciting.
Exactly. So that's that. So. Are you gonna get the beta, Brian? Do I need to get this beta?
I mean, I have the gift card here waiting, and I was going to talk to you about it afterwards.
I've got the gift cards here too, somewhere.
So
I've got the gift cards right here. So I've got two $50 Amazon gift cards just sitting here ready to go.
So and then like I had another one that was a screenshot of inside, and I like the feel, the look of it. I mean, the levels look really well designed. I mean, it just depends on how they put together this new style and feel of play.
Yeah,
if they do it really well.
I don't know.
So we'll see.
Yeah, maybe I'll just buy that $2 key, and then I can always just pre-order it after if I want. Because I have a feeling the pre-orders will go down in price. Some of those other game sites like G2A, you can get pre-orders for like 50. Well, actually, Amazon runs that thing. That 20% off.
That's what I'm saying. You can get it for 40 something on Amazon.
Yeah, that's more compelling. All right, so we will. I guess at this point next week we will either have or have not played The Division.
Yeah.
So this beta's coming out for the PC and somebody said PC and probably Xbox One, PS4 actually.
Yeah, they have it for PS4 and they have Xbox. I think.
But
I was looking at.
But the beta for the PC and PS4 starts the 29th. So Friday. And we'll let you know next week. So that's The Division. Now, Brian, I called this. I called it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. They only did this a couple hours ago. Yeah.
Brian, can you say I was right? Because I was right.
Yeah, you were right.
I'm sorry to announce that Pixel Image Games Heroes Song Kickstarter has been canceled. Bam, slap a big red stamp on that thing.
Pixel Mage. I keep saying it wrong.
It is Pixel Mage. You're right. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Pixel Image. It's not even Pixel Image.
I called it that last week.
Brian, I actually had a jaw drop when I heard this because I was like, wow. But the writing was on the wall. So 10 hours ago it was canceled. But they had, at that point, they had 28 days last week's show, so they would have 21 days left, and they had only raised $136,000 is a lot of money for a game of this caliber. And this goes. So there's a few things that goes into this. I've got some I've used Kickstarter enough times to know how this thing works. So the way there's Kickstarter and there's Indiegogo, and I'm sure people have heard of both. Indiegogo is if you reach your goal, that's great, and you could get extra stuff. But if you don't reach your goal, the project still gets funded, but maybe it doesn't get to a high enough level. With Kickstarter, it's you're either all in or you get nothing. So the case of Hero's Song, their goal was $800,000. I mean, practically $1 million for this game. And we did the math, and it was something like 300,000 backers was needed at like, what was the average price? Like 40 or like $23 or $24.
Well, they kept changing it. So this is the thing is partway through the week, they then said, all right, we're going to put in a $15 one that's just a digital copy of the game when it's released.
Yeah.
Then they had the $25 tier, but they started out with the $25 tier, $35 tier, $50 tier. Like, I don't want to go in and put $35 on a game, $50 on a game that I know when it's released is going to be a $15 game.
Yeah, and I would imagine, I think this is Smedley's post, so I guess they got some investors, but honestly, the real reason...
So they're still going to put it out.
Yes. The investors
they wouldn't have reached $800,000.
They wouldn't have been close.
They started off correct. And he actually acknowledges that in here. He says, we pretty much missed it on this because we first of all didn't have physical goods that people would encourage people to really buy the higher level tiers,
which is typically what Kickstarters do. Like if it's a game, it's like, if you pledge
get a t-shirt
$75 exactly, or $100,
you
get a screen printed t-shirt or like a coaster or a coffee mug or something like that. There's like a physical product. But it was just,
so and I'm pretty much stutter stepped.
Yeah, and I'm
the beginning of this launch.
And I'm not trying to be critical, but like it was just like crappy in-game stuff, like a skin. That's not worth $100, right? Like the game's coming out anyway. So it's still coming out. It's being.
I mean, for $50, you get the digital soundtrack.
Come on.
I mean, a wallpaper pack for your computer.
Who the hell?
Strategy guide.
Who the hell changes? Since when was that?
It's all digital stuff.
When was that a big deal? No, wallpapers have not been a big thing on computers in like 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sweet man, HD wallpapers, bro. You got some free wallpapers? No.
I mean, you're paying $100 to pretty much get alpha access.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, you gotta be.
There needs to be a T-shirt or a coffee mug or lanyards or pens or something in that $100 range. And honestly, Brian, and people have asked us about this before. We talked about doing like a Patreon for this show, and we ran into a similar issue like they're running into. We didn't really have anything to offer. That's the thing with these Kickstarters. The only way they succeed is if you have something good to offer in the game, of course, but other stuff. And they just didn't have anything that they could do, and we were kind of in the same boat for that. So, still coming out, backed by investors. If they made this goal 400,000, they probably would have reached it. But definitely not 800,000. So that's that. And
I'm sure that's not how he wanted his first one to go, but it'd be better than him not reaching his goal and that being his reputation.
Yeah, that's that's a stab to the heart. That's not good. So Brian, do you want to do another? We want to do another game giveaway? And
let's do another game giveaway.
We're a little behind.
We were supposed to do. So this next one is going to be
Hold on.
Oh yeah, we got to do yours.
Of course, we got to have the sound effect. It's Brian Aldridge's game dump.
All right, so go ahead and this is going to be. Thank you very much. That was very nice. This is going to be Always Sometimes Monsters, and this is a game that's of course has a pretty good rating on Steam. Let me put the keyword in here before I give it away. I don't want to miss anybody. But the keyword is going to be always, and I will put in a Steam link here as well so that people can see the game. But this was actually a pretty popular game, and it's a $10 game, so not super expensive, but not super cheap.
You're giving away great games.
Yeah, so definitely check this out. The code is going to be always. So if you type always in chat, but this is one of those kind of overhead view but mostly positive reviews. So it's 76% positive. It's an RPG. It's got a really good story to it. It's casual indie.
Who's the publisher on this? Do you know?
I don't remember. Because Vagabond Dog, or no, Devolver Digital is who actually made this.
You ever heard of a game called Dead Pixel?
Yes.
I wonder if this is the same developer, because it looks a lot like Dead Pixel, but I mean all these.
So this received the Canadian Best Indie Game in 2014, Best Writing in 2014.
That's important. See, it's all about the writing.
Yep. It was recommended by Eurogamer.net. It's got really good ratings. So
Brian Aldridge says, "Meh, it's all right."
Yeah. But yeah, it's an interesting game. So definitely check it out. If you want it always in chat, make sure you put always. And we'll roll here in a second. I'll give people a little bit more time. I don't want to get ahead of them.
Yeah. Now, have you played this yet or no?
No, I have not.
Do you own it, though?
Yes, I do own it.
Okay, good.
But I did hear good things about this.
Did you sign me up for the Humble Bundle email lists?
No,
one of our fans signed me up. I don't know how they got. They must have, because I'm getting Humble Bundle emails like 2 times a day now, and
they're great.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in spending all my money on Humble Bundles.
Yeah,
like I saw one today, and it was the Civ.
Man, it's all right.
It was the Civ 5 collection, and I was like, oh damn, like this is a good thing. And I was like, oh, but I want this other game too, and it ended up being like $25. I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be like cheap.
Last year, I think I spent between $800 and $900 on Humble Bundles.
That's a serious issue.
Yeah.
Does your wife know about that?
No. We will not let her know.
Hey, Olo, I have to give her a call.
Yeah, your husband has a problem here. Do you know about this?
Yeah, I would never. I'd have to find a new co-host.
Yes.
So this is always.
Yeah, always put that in chat if you have one last.
I think we've had enough time here.
All right, and Ferrari is on this, so I know you're excited for this game.
I'm just shaking in my boots.
E-Man Forever has won this one.
Isn't E-Man? Oh, he didn't win the last one. I was gonna say.
No, he didn't.
Can't. That's part of the rules. The undisclosed rules. You can't win twice on the same show.
Oh, you could.
No,
it'd be possible.
We're not doing that. No, that's not fair.
All right, so E-Man Forever, I have sent you the code. Very good. Congratulations.
All right. So hopefully you don't find our Brian's. It's Brian's intro. That was his idea. I cannot take credit for the toilet flush. But that's Brian Aldridge's game dump 2016.
And we'll have one more bigger game here.
A bigger game. 10, 15. I mean, are you giving away Division? I'll take a copy.
Yeah. This one is a game that I've actually played through some of it. I mean, it's actually a cheaper. I take that back. It's cheaper, but it's a really good game.
How much is it?
It's $5, but it's part 1 of a game.
Oh, so it's not your big game.
So I might give away another one at the same time.
Oh God, no, just one. Come on.
Okay. Well, this one we're gonna give away Life is Strange episode 1.
Okay, there you go. So it
had very good ratings, like overwhelmingly positive reviews. Remember, I don't base it on the dollar amount so much. I based it on the reviews. So that's why you said, this one's more expensive, but it had so ratings. To me, that's a lesser game. This one has 96% positive reviews.
Okay. All right.
So Life is Strange. I mean, it is episode 1, but it'll get you into the game. You can see it's got a really good story to it.
All right. So
but that'll be towards the end.
All right. Now I'll do my favorite segment.
Yes.
This is current players. So for H1Z1, currently playing 16,282. Our 24-hour peak is 23,054. And the 7-day peak, 28,173. And I want to look at the numbers of this because we haven't looked at H1Z1's charts in a few days now, or a few weeks now, a few days. So I want to kind of reflect on H1Z1 a little bit. If you look at the 3-month graph, they were peaking. They kind of peaked in early January, and I'm starting. I know it's early, but I'm starting to see the trend go down. You can see whenever it hits its lowest point, it's always lower than the time before it, and even today is going to be close.
So it is trickling down.
It is trickling down, and I noticed that when I was putting these numbers in. So it jumped back up, and it's trickling down to what its numbers were. It could trickle down unless they release something like this week, which is possible.
Yeah.
It's going to trickle back down to the numbers it had in December, which were like 22,000. But right now, right now they're sitting pretty good at peaking at almost 30,000 a day. That's great since they haven't done anything
Yeah.
in like a month. So that's H1Z1. And of course, ARK currently playing 32,655. The 24-hour peak is 48,564. And the 7-day peak, 65,536. And remember, doesn't include Xbox people, so there's got to be probably...
We'll have to find those numbers. See if
I don't
we
think
can.
they're not available.
But
80, 90,000, maybe even 100,000 people playing that game. That's just bizarre. I would say there's probably, between Xbox and PlayStation, probably 100,000 people playing that game a day, as it's hitting its 24-hour peak, and that's just unbelievable. So,
if you look at the past year, like it jumped up at the beginning of January, and it's been.
What are you talking about, ARK or H1Z1?
ARK.
Oh, ARK. Okay. What graph are we looking
now,
at?
Now H1Z1, man,
it did a random jump for no reason.
Do you think someone was bringing up Valentine's Day? Do you think for Valentine's Day that they're going to put out like heart boxers or something? I mean, ridiculous.
I don't know. I mean,
I just have a feeling.
Probably have a wipe and a sail.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I can imagine them putting
Valentine's
out,
Day is not celebrated
with hearts.
Is Valentine's Day celebrated across the world?
I don't know.
If it's not celebrated across the world, we can't have it, is what I was told. So.
But yeah, ARK has been doing really well. I mean, as far as numbers.
Totally. Yeah. They're in a good spot.
And then of course Rust. Rust is still, like, right now there's pretty much 20.5 thousand.
It's almost doing ARK numbers. It's coming pretty damn close. Not overtaking it, but it's coming. That re-release, H1Z1 needs to do that. They need to, like, when they do Z2, they need to just be like, take the old game offline and be like, all right, we're here. Like, not just an update. Rust did a total. Let's look at the Rust 1 year with Rust. This is perfect. Actually, can we view more than a year? Does it go back farther than
No,
that?
it doesn't go farther than
doesn't.
that. But I think you can you drag? No,
you can't. But like, you go back to Rust like 2 years ago, and the game was just
numbers
not
would have
doing
been
good. Numbers were atrocious. Since this re-release, the numbers have just been plus they're doing.
But the thing is, like, it jumps up. It jumped up in May of 15, and then it stayed steady till December, and then it jumped up like double.
Yeah,
and it's staying steady at double the numbers. Like, people are buying it and continuing to play it.
Yeah, and Jay Dillard is saying Rust remade the game with a new engine. H1Z1 needs to
do. That's what H1Z1 needs to do. They need.
They're not going to remake it. They're not going to do it with a new engine, but they just need to do a re-release. They need to come out.
No, they have their new engine though that they keep talking about. Like, they need to re-release under that engine, or say, sorry, we messed up. We shouldn't be doing this stupid Forge Light 2. Let's make something off of.
Forge Light 2 could be very good. We don't know. We haven't seen anything from Forge Light 2. It could be very comparable to a Crytek or something like that. It's possible.
I think they're going to be behind the times on it.
They might be, but they may have hired a kick-ass development team to come in and make a model or make an engine. And say, all right, we need a serious engine in here. So we'll see. But that's current players, and so that's that. H1Z1 doing good still. Even though I haven't played the game, H1Z1 still doing very good.
Let's look at Hurt World.
Okay.
Hurt World's numbers, the sales are up, the players are down. So,
surprise.
This is one where I didn't buy it because I was like, I just want to see how it does. But right now, there's 2,192 people playing. They've done about 234,000 sales. But if you look at the first initial in December when they released, there were just over 12,000 people playing max.
Yeah, but I mean, that happens every time.
And now they're getting down to more like 6,000 max.
Yeah, which it's leveling out. I mean, if you look at H1Z1's number from when it first launched, it was the same thing. Any game has that. But the good sign is that they only have 200,000 sales. So if they double those sales,
so we'll see if they continue adding content, and I actually have a content update that they've done, so we'll talk about that after this. But yeah, so Hurt World numbers are down, but they are putting out more content now.
Yep. And then, of course,
Now, 7 Days to Die numbers have been down. Now, they put out that big patch that happened in the end of December, beginning of mid-December.
yeah.
And the numbers are going down steadily.
Yeah,
So
this is
I
the
think
thing.
it's more balancing out to where it should be.
Exactly. You look at this chart and you're like, what in the, what is this? This is
such a big content patch.
It's an update. These are updates, and that's the problem with updates. When you try to do an average these numbers out, the updates totally screw it, because you look at this one day, it's 16,000 people playing when the day before they had 4,000. So the average just totally gets skewed.
Yeah. And so this is, they had an unrealistic, a lot of people that bought the game wanted to see what the new content, and it is good, but this new one is probably about the average players that we'll start seeing kind of steady out.
Coming back to reality. That's that's what this is.
Now, this last one, Unturned. This is one that's a free to play game, and I just want to it's made by a younger person.
Unturned. Oh my God! There's that many people playing Unturned.
Yes,
I own Unturned. I paid for Unturned. I did the premium thing to help the kid out. This is a guy. I'm not criticizing
his numbers are very consistently rising.
I'm not criticizing this guy, but like he was developing this game, and people were like, hey, what kind of computer you have? And he's like, I don't even know. He's like, it says Asus. Like he was just the average teenager developing a game. We've played this with our group before, and it was a boatload of fun. I own a they owe like a premium key. It was like $5 or something. So yeah, that's Hurt World. That's a good game. We should play. We got to play that again.
Unturned.
I'm sorry, Unturned. We got to play that again. That's a good game, and it runs on Linux.
Yeah, it is a free game. So
still free.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show. Yeah, it's free to play.
I didn't know it was still free. I thought okay.
So I wanted to show that because if you look at his 1 year, like. Mm-hmm. It's one of the only games you see that just constantly rises.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing. We should start throwing him in here. That's kind of.
I do. I have him in the patch notes.
Okay.
So, all right. So let's go back. Do you want to do a game giveaway or do you want to do?
Why don't you just do the game giveaway at the end? How did we miss the patch notes? What happened?
You jumped right past it. I forgive you.
I didn't even see patch notes in here.
They're there. It says updates.
Because it was on the wrong line. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So Hurt World put out a patch on the 16th, so 10 days ago, and we missed it. So I wanted to kind of cover that a little bit.
Okay.
But they added a pistol. They added, it says BOR backpacks. I'm not sure what that is, but some sort of backpacks. They added new hats and land crab mines, poison traps, Medusa vines, storage 20 slot storage chests. They fixed hover cars, which I didn't even know were in there. There's sunscreen. Like they added a bunch of stuff to this game. Its numbers aren't doing as great, so it doesn't seem to have given the big boost. But they are actively developing it. So that's kind of what I wanted to show with the list here. Is that they put it out and they are putting in new content and doing bug fixes on this.
Gotcha.
So, but that is Hurt World. Rust, of course, you're more than welcome to go check. We'll have them in the show notes, but this, they have their usual number of updates, and they put on the 26th, and the one I have on there is the 26th and 27th. But yeah, they have a lot of updates to Rust, so we'll have a link to that.
And now Unturned. Yeah, this is a big update for Unturned. They've now this is really cool. The quote is, you can now take to the skies with airplanes and helicopters. Let me see if I can show you. These are cool. This is the look of the game. This is like Legos. The look of this game. So this guy is standing out in front of a plane there, and then this airplane. Yeah, and this other guy's flying a helicopter. So they've added a bunch of new stuff to this. I'm not going to go through all of it because most people aren't playing. But this show, like you said, Brian, shows active development, so you can now fly in this game. This is a really cool game. I'd recommend. This game's totally like under my radar. I didn't even think about this. But Unturned, check that out. And it's free, so you definitely can't beat that.
So I put that in there because he did put out a big patch. Usually we don't keep an eye on that, but I was like,
Yeah, we'll keep
this
those.
is a game that is fun.
Well, I didn't. I'll start including that in current players, like the actual graphics, because that seems to be doing well.
Now, The Forest is a game that I've talked about a while ago.
Is this the one that we showed the video of, like the crafting system? Is that The Forest?
No, that was a different one.
Okay.
This is a different. This is a horror survival type of game, and it's survivetheforest.com, but it's a first person only style game. It's a survival horror.
Okay.
I think is what they call it. But they made a big patch here, and I just wanted to kind of show that this is an active game that came out a little while ago. But it actually has a lot of like, if you look at their 21st patch, if you click that link and then scroll back a little bit,
yeah,
their 0.31 release, which was on the 21st, they put the 21st. If you look, January 21
sounds
th,
like something I would do.
like you would do, yeah, you have done.
Hey, you know what, Brian? I don't need this crap from you. This is ridiculous. You could do your own damn show. But no, this is a laundry list of
I mean,
stuff on
it's
here,
a huge number of patches, so they are working on this. And this is a $15 game. This is one that I would buy personally on a sale. If I'm going to get it, is early access, but it was released May of 2014, so it's been out for a while. Now, this is the one we were talking about. This is the one.
With the crafting system, with the woods,
yes.
And the whole. Okay.
Yeah, with the one with the plane where they land.
Yeah, you're the one off your little thing there. I know.
Sorry.
I know what I'm talking about.
I forgot it was called The Forest, but this is that one that I keep talking about. Like, it's got a really good crafting system. Yeah. They're actively working on this.
It's the craft. It's just to confirm, it's the crafting system where you add stuff and the walls like pop up in front of you, like you actually
and you bring
build
resources. Yeah, you bring resources in it, and it makes it over time. People have worked together.
We showed this probably episode 52 or 51 or 53. So in the last 3 episodes. We showed a video.
Yeah, and I forgot it was called this is that game, and this
I'm right.
They've got a ton of stuff. I really want to get this game.
When is the next Steam sale? Is there a Valentine's Day Steam sale?
I know. That's what I'm at to look, because this would probably be on there.
Let's do a search here.
Because this one went under my radar for so long. Like, I didn't until I really dug into it and was like, this looks like a really
this
awesome
is a
game.
legit website. When is the next? The summer sale's the next Steam sale. We're
That's
screwed.
Away.
It's 141 days. It's half a year. 20 weeks.
So,
ooh.
And here's a link to the Steam page.
Wow.
And then also I'll put a link to the patch notes. People can see that. But this game, like, they put out a huge number of patches.
Steam's down.
They made it 0.31b multiplayer. You can't. Dead birds no longer provide meat. I mean, I guess that was a small little fix for that. The 22nd.
Yeah.
I mean, they are putting a lot of content on this game, where you would think that being put out 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago,
something like that,
that it wouldn't be as active as it is. But they really seem to have.
That seems to be the trend. I feel like a lot of these. I guess, is this classified as indie? Is that considered an indie game?
It's an early access game.
Okay, I'm just going to use the word indie.
It is, and actually, it is indie. It says it's an action adventure indie simulation.
So we see a lot of these games that released. What's that other one? Maybe is it Miscreated? That launched 2 or 3 years ago, and they kind of died out, and now I feel like a lot of those games are starting to pick up their trends again and posting a lot of updates. Because it seems like the indie survival game, that's what's in right now. So all of these indie survival games weren't in 2 years ago. But they're in now. So all of these development teams, I guess in a lot of cases, it's just 1 or 2 people. They're all picking up.
And if they can keep that very positive rating, and like what we were talking about with the Steam sales, like if they keep putting themselves out there with those things, like The Forest seems to always.
Here's the thing, though, you got to do a real sale. What's the game that's got nobody playing? It's got 400 people playing.
Talking about Miscreated?
Yeah, Miscreated. That game needs to be free at a Steam sale. I mean, that game needs to be $1.50. They need to be giving.
I don't think because they're providing the servers. I think if they did it for $5.
Okay, $5, whatever.
On a Steam sale, $4.99 Steam
but
sale.
Look at How to Survive. That game's $15, and it was $1.60 or 80 something during the Steam sale. That really needs to be for these indie developers. I mean, I have no knowledge of indie development, but you got to get people playing your games.
Yeah. And get them playing and putting in those positive ratings, because The Forest obviously is getting people. I mean, they got 40,406 reviews, very positive. You get people playing it, and to where they'll go on to Steam and give it. And that's one thing that H1Z1 really dropped the ball on, is they were like, we don't care about our rating in Steam.
Yeah.
Well, they really should have. You know.
Well, I guess
because you go on there and it's like mixed to who knows what. I mean, I'd have to look.
So this is The Forest, currently like 2,000 people playing.
Yep.
Oh, the all-time peak is 8,000. That's awful. And it was reached 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't know if this game is really...
Well,
I don't know. I'd have to see.
6 month, it's ticking up a little. Well, it's ticking up a little bit from this graph, but, I mean, who knows? So that's
I mean, if they continue putting out content, it'd be interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah.
But definitely one to keep an eye on, because I mean they've been very consistent. Like, it is going up.
Yeah, it is. It is. It looks like it's ticking up.
I mean, it's the opposite of a lot of the other games, to where they're constantly going down.
Yeah.
So, but that is The Forest, and that's one I came across. I was like, man, they are putting out some, and that's one that I talked about a couple weeks ago, or 3 or 4 weeks ago, that you brought up. So, all right. So, do you want to do another game giveaway before the survival tip of the week?
Your call. Do you want to do it at the end? Or
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it right now.
Okay, so what are we giving away?
All right, so this is going to be Life is Strange Episode 1. And this is actually a very highly rated game. And if you want to get it, go ahead and put the code STRANGE in chat. And I'll put a link to the Steam page for this as well. This is a game that I played partway through, but it's got a really good story to it.
This looks like the girl from Mirror's Edge. Wasn't she?
Yeah.
Gotta look at Mirror's Edge.
It's kind of the same, but the thing is, it's kind of a similar art style.
It looks
like the way that they did that graphic.
Yeah, it doesn't look as similar as I thought, but yeah.
But I think the graphic on the beginning is what you're thinking, because it has a similar look.
And it's a Square Enix game. I think Mirror's Edge is a Square Enix game as well.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's an EA game. There you go.
But it's a big name. Has you don't see overwhelmingly positive very much.
It's almost 40,000 reviews too, so it's not like a BS like 2,000 people reviewed it, and it's overwhelmingly positive. It's like it's like a legit review. So
yeah, definitely put in there Strange into chat. And this one, it's got like a really nice storyline. Like, you go through and you play through the story.
Okay.
And there are more parts to it. So you can, if you really like it, you can go and buy episodes 2 through 5 for $16.99. You could get the rest of the whole story. But that does a season pass, so that would continue it to where if they do any more, which I don't think they're going to, I would assume, you could get those as well.
All right.
All right. So do you want to roll now? You didn't do my sound effect, did you?
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You'll get it now, Brian.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. So let's go ahead and we'll roll this.
Okay.
It says I won, but I'm not going to win.
What, in the Infection Podcast account?
Because I had typed it in as a... I had typed it in to say what to type. Oh. Okay, it says Ferrari won.
Yes!
So you actually get to keep one now. Do you want this game?
Of course. I'll play this.
Okay. It is a really good game.
I'll play it.
Ferrari would actually probably like it too.
Oh, it sucks to be her.
Okay, she won't play it.
So there you go. That is Life is Strange. Now this isn't bad. The complete season is $20. So that's all 5 episodes. Have you played?
But the thing is, you have season 1 with this, so you can or episode 1, so you can go and then finish off your version with the rest of it for $16.99.
Now, have you played this? Have you played through the whole thing yet?
Not the whole thing.
I wonder what let's see. I want to do this quickly. What is the play time? There's a really good website for game play times. And I'm interested in what the playtime of this is, because if it's a decent story,
and I've been going through, and like, you take picture, like, there's a whole set of stuff you do, and it's one of those games that once you get wrapped up into it, you're like, okay, this is cool. I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah, let's see.
Should I give away another game since you?
I
You
mean,
won that one.
Why? I'm not as good as everybody else. Is what you're saying?
I just feel bad when you win a game and
Wow.
someone
Then I won't ever enter again.
No,
It's fine.
I don't mind you, but I feel like we should just give away one more game.
Do whatever you want, Brian. I don't care. You hate me. So I'm looking. This game's not even listed on How Long to Beat, so I guess that shows how many people own it.
Well, take out the episode 1. Did you do Just Life is Strange?
No, I searched the Steam. You have to search by the Steam ID.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's.
Are you seriously doing another game?
Yeah, I'm doing another one. All right, so let's do Magica. Is that it's a pretty fun game.
I've never played it, so I'll take your word for it.
And the code will be magic. So, okay, I just want to make sure that showed right. All right, so this is actually one I've played quite a bit, and it is a lot of fun. You play as a wizard, and it's got a nice little storyline. It's really funny to play, and it's a $10 game, but it's got very positive ratings on it as well. So just type magic in chat.
Don't enter, Felicia, or everybody will feel bad. Who cares? Who cares what Nick wants or cares about? Nobody cares about me, Brian.
Yeah, that's fine.
Magic. Is this based off the card?
This
is
Magica.
Magica.
Well, it's not played like a card game,
okay.
But you're a wizard and you have
so it's a card
certain
game.
types of magic. So you have like fire magic, water magic. And so when you do attacks, you can combine those to make different types of spells. So you actually have to kind of remember these spells pretty well. Like you do fire, earth, fire, water, and it'll do a certain one. Like so you can come up with pretty cool combos to do it, and it's got a really funny story. Like you go through and there's a lot of humor to it.
All right.
So this is Magica, not Magic the Gathering. I think that's the card game you're
thinking
I'm sorry.
Of. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have the link open. I'm sorry. All right, are we ready to go?
Yes, and make sure I have my code ready. All right. Yep. So this is Magica. So I'm going to roll. Hovercat Z1.
Oh, well, congratulations, Hovercats. Everybody's so happy for you.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll have that in your. All right. Yep. So that's Magica.
I'm excited for this next segment, Brian.
For my, is this your favorite part?
This is gonna be my favorite part. No, well, for a different reason, but so Brian, what is this? This segment is morphed over time.
Yeah.
It's gone through a rebuilding stage, Brian. What is this segment?
So, well, it was tips of the week, but now we've cut out the H1Z1 tips because I was doing BR tips that just there's only so many you could do. I mean, there's only so many you could do before you run out of.
But once Z2 comes back, I mean, we're gonna fire that baby right back up. I mean, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, then I'll have a whole new set of ones to do if they have new points of interest, which they're supposed to do. So this is where I go through a survival tip. It can be about a number of different types of games. It can be a general survival tip or maybe specific to one game. So this is tip of the week, right? Pretty fancy graphics there, Nick.
Yeah, right. That was the whole. So let me explain how I did this. So I took a screen grab of the intro. I screen grabbed it. I put it into Photoshop. I just took the black paintbrush tool. I just scribbled a bunch of times to try to get like a good scribble. Typed in the thing, turned off the background layer, and imported it as a PNG. So it was high quality on that. I put a lot of time into that. So it's nice. It's tip of the week.
Yes, thank you. Keeping the quality level up. All right, so this is actually an ARC tip, and I've been doing a lot of ARC tips, but this is what we've been playing mostly lately. So, and this is one that for us has been very useful, and it's about protecting a difficult tame. And when I say difficult tame, that can be either a very high level dino, maybe that'll take a long time, or it can be a difficult tame in that, let's say you're taming a Gigasaurus, and it requires constant maintenance as far as keeping the torpor up. So if you have let's say even a little compy or something comes up and starts attacking your dinosaur, the efficiency level instantly starts dropping. Once the efficiency level hits 0, you gain no additional levels from taming that dinosaur. And we've gone over a little bit before. When you tame a dinosaur, if you use primes with a meat eater, you'll get additional levels. If you use kibble, you'll get even more levels. But of course, if something comes up and attacks that, all those levels go away and you get whatever the base level of the dino is that you knocked out. So what we have done in protecting these dinos is we will set up a set of walls that fully encircle the dinosaur. This is really good because things will just randomly wander up to you and start attacking you. So yeah, as long as there's something that's coming along the ground, you should be able to get away with just doing a set of walls. You'll have to put down fence foundations first. So they're single thin foundations that you can put around, and you encircle that into the whole area. And then on top of that, you can even just use something like thatch walls because they're very cheap and you can quickly gather them. But make a whole set of thatch walls, surround that dinosaur with those. That way you won't have these small things. Well, we actually had, when we were taming a high level dino, and we had stupid dodos that were in our area, and there was a dodo egg, and we were so tempted to go and pick up the dodo egg, but if you did that, it would instantly start attacking us and our dinosaur. So we had to leave the dodo egg there the whole time. But yeah, this is an excellent way to make sure you get those additional levels off of that dino. So surround it, and if it's something that maybe there's different types of birds that might be flying around, you might want to also cover the top. Or if like we were on the edge of a cliff, things might drop over the edge and land in your area. So look at what your surroundings are, make sure you protect it fully. But yeah, put walls around your tame, and that's an excellent way to make sure you get the max level. So that's our tip of the week.
Yeah, and I've got an addition to the tip of the week.
Yes.
I've got like a pseudo tip of the week. It goes along with this. When you're doing that whole thing, putting a preserving bin at your location,
yes,
so you don't have to. Sorry, I'm hijacking your
no, that's
tip
fine.
of the week, but
if you're doing a prime meat tame, that's a very good way to make sure, because prime meats start to they'll just turn into rotten meat.
Yeah, and so
very quickly.
So pretty much what you do is you just cook them because they go by so quick, so you end up cooking half of them. But having the preserving bin there, you could just load that up with cooked prime meat or regular cooked meat. I think Saul led us onto that one, so that was a huge help when we were taming. I think with Quetzal we were taming. Yeah, having that preserving bin there. So
yep, and we've tamed one of those Parasaurs, and so it's got 2 big industrial grills on its back.
Okay,
and then we're also putting preserving bins there so that
nice.
we can take it to where the tame is. And then as you come in, if there's too much prime meat, you can put them at the preserving bins, and then you can also cook the stuff that's getting ready to spoil.
Awesome.
So we come up with a system.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, where can people find you on the net?
Well, definitely check out my updated biteoftech.com.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And where I just have articles about all kinds of nerdy things. For me, I really love Linux. So if you have an interest in Linux, or perhaps even web hosting, I use Plesk. Those are some different things that most people will have no clue what I'm talking about, but definitely check them out. Of course, go to our website, infectionpodcast.com. We have on there our TeamSpeak information. We have our Steam group. If you're not a member of our Steam group, we have 300 something members on there. Make sure you join that. You're more than welcome to friend us. Isn't that what you do on Steam?
Yeah, it's a friend system, yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you friend us on there and jump in and play with us on TeamSpeak. Or, if you don't even want to talk on TeamSpeak, jump into our Ark server and start playing, set up a base, and try to kill us.
Fact. Or try to kill Brian.
Yeah.
I will.
Nick won't be logged in. You can find his body. It might already be dead.
It's probably already dead. It's fine. I think that's some nice wool that Deadly gave me or something. That's good. I I haven't brought this up in a while. Our support link, if you are interested in supporting us. I'm going to contact G2A and see if we can get something going on with them. But it's infectionpodcast.com/support. Got our Amazon.com. Sorry if you're not in the U.S. It's too big of a pain. You have the whole overseas tax code and Canadian tax. It wasn't feasible. And PayPal. So you can do either of those if you do feel so inclined to do so. Artie, Brian, thank you very much. Of course, if you want to be part of Brian's game giveaway, we do like a
Game Dumb 2016.
Yeah, Game Dumb 2016. You can only get that live. So we do the show live every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/infection podcast. I'm still looking. This will probably be the last time I mention it, but if you use a podcast app to listen to the show and you still have the old artwork, if you don't see this artwork on your podcast app, shoot us an email. It's infection, or it's contact@infectionpodcast.com, and then I will get in touch with whoever's app that is, and we'll get that all figured out. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for this week's episode of Infection, the Survival Podcast. My name is Nick Craig. Infectionpodcast.com is the Twitter, or is the website. We'll see you next week for Infection. Have a good week, everybody.